Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of True Myths, One Lie, the game show in the form of a podcast all about the paranormal, conspiracies, urban legends, all of the things that we don't fully understand. I'm your host, Anthony Manella, and I'm regretting having Seth on for the second time as he looks around like there's something in the room with us.
Maybe there is.
Maybe there is. The way that the game works is I'm going to tell 3 stories, 2 of which are from people on the internet that claim that these stories are real. These are completely true. They have really happened to them. 1 story that me or someone on the internet has made up. Today's first guest is Ryan McCauley, the person who drinks ketchup as if it were a smoothie.
Wait, really?
No, I don't drink ketchup. I use a slightly more amount than is acceptable.
All right, then that's the fake story right off the bat.
Okay.
We win.
All right, well, today's second guest is someone who had the craziest week of his life every single week of his life, Seth Cologne.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I feel like every single week Seth comes to my house and goes, I just had the craziest week. So guys, today's stories are specifically centered around creepy things that have happened at Disney.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
These people are all employees, okay? So they're all from the point of view of someone who worked there. There are a lot of employees who said they worked there for many years and saw nothing, and there's a lot of employees who said that they've had some really weird things happen. And you know what? I'm a believer. From what I hear, a lot of the people who have ghost stories from Disneyland say that the ghosts are like not evil ghosts. They're like really nice ghosts. They're friendly. Today's stories may or may not include friendly ghosts. I don't know.
Are we talking about Disneyland or Disney World?
Both. But I do think that the stories I picked were from Disney World.
Okay, that's good because
You
I haven't
think?
been to Disneyland and I've been to Disney World, so I feel more connected now.
I mean,
feel more invested in this stories.
so unless you guys have anything else you'd like to add, I'm going to jump into story number 1.
Do we have anything to add?
I don't think you do.
I don't think so.
I don't think Ryan wants you to have anything to add. Story number 1. So there's a guy who, it's his first month working at Disneyland. He's brand new here.
Disneyland.
Or World. It doesn't matter.
No, it matters. It matters. That's why I asked before.
Here we go.
Listen, I don't know. These people did not specify, okay?
Here
Anthony.
we go.
I'm going forward. I'm saying for all 3 stories, I have no idea which park. Let's just say they're all at
Disney World.
World. Sure.
Yeah,
Disney
okay.
World.
What
I
if they
feel
were
better
at
now.
Disneyland?
Well, then I have a 1 fact wrong.
Then that story's a lie.
No, then wouldn't it make
This episode's already destined for us to fail.
wouldn't it make all 3 of them a lie if I get a fact wrong?
Okay, so we win no matter what. Okay, I feel confident now.
If you guys win, I will take us to Disney.
Wait, you're serious about this?
No.
Okay.
Aw, come on.
Well, we'll see. We'll think about it. All right.
You'll
anyway.
think about it?
I just won't make my decision before the podcast is over.
Yeah, so if we lose, you'll just be like, oh, yeah, no, I was serious.
Yeah, correct.
All
Yes.
right, everyone heard it here. He's going to take us to Disney World if we get it right,
All right.
which we will.
Or if we lose,
I'm
he'll
kind
still
of
do it.
I'm obviously just messing around here. Story number 1. There's a guy who works at Disney World. It's his first month working there. He's brand new. He hasn't really made any friends yet. And if you are like the night shift, you're the 3rd shift of the day, you typically get out at 1:30, but every single day, there's usually one person who gets scheduled 15 minutes later than the rest of them just to clean up. So he is scheduled until 1:45, and he's seen that on the nights where other people are scheduled until 1:45, they wait for their friends for the extra 15 minutes and they just chill and hang out so everybody can walk out together, clocked out. But since this guy didn't know anybody, he got stuck alone for his last 15 minutes. He finishes cleaning up in there and he leaves, and he's just walking to exit the park, and he decides to just pull out his phone. He goes on some social media. He's looking at Facebook or whatever, when all of a sudden out of the corner of his eye, he sees a little girl in a church dress in the distance. He looks up from his phone, and yes, there is a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7 years old, staring back at him. And he's like, shoot. I guess like the park security missed someone when they were exiting everybody out when the park closed. So he starts to call out to her to see, like, hey, do you need anything? Are you okay? You know, where are you supposed to be? Where are your parents? And he doesn't get a response. So he starts to look around to find security, to have someone escort her out. And as he looks around, he looks back, and she's now like right in front of him. And he thinks that this girl is walking, so he expects to have a collision, and he jumps a little bit and he gets scared. He's like, and he closes his eyes for a second, and then he doesn't feel anything. He has no sort of collision. And he opens his eyes, and the girl is gone. She completely disappeared. And he said that this is not the only time that something like this has happened to him working at Disney. However, this was his first time. It was his most memorable and one of the scariest ones for him, because the rest of them, he eventually kind of became desensitized, and he was like, ghost in Disney. But that is the end of story number 1. Please discuss.
That was the scariest part. Like, he's like, I had a bunch of experiences, but a 6-year-old girl almost ran into him.
It would make sense. Kids love Disney. Disney is like a happy place. So like these lost souls would go and just hang out at Disney. Like, it totally makes sense for Disney to be haunted.
Totally agree with that. I've read other stories online from people who say things like there are people who now reside there after dying because it was like their comfort place and it's their special place, and they just like walk around the park and they just like still have a good time. But obviously that doesn't relate to this story. I just thought I would throw that
story I don't believe. I think that's the big lie.
There's so little to the story.
Well,
so it's like,
all 3 stories are like that. So,
I imagine, yeah.
So basically, well, that's what I was trying to preface at the beginning, is that the stories from Disney are very, very tame. It's supposedly haunted, but haunted by ghosts that are not evil.
Haunted
Then
by
who cares?
Disney ghosts.
No, it's not a who cares thing. It's just like, it's cool. It's like, hey, there are people that hang out here after moving on, and that's all of the experiences are kind of like that.
Oh.
Yeah, none of these are probably scary, but
Yeah.
I mean, the problem for us is that there's so little to the stories. There's like nothing to pick apart. That's kind of all.
All right, fair
That's all
enough.
I've got to say.
Fair enough. Story number 2. So this one is told from the point of view of a custodian. He was cleaning up after the park closed, cleaning up the men's room. He finishes up in there, and he moves over to clean the women's room. So he's cleaning, he's mopping, he's doing his thing, and he hears something moving. So he kind of like looks around and he's not sure where that came from. The park is pretty much empty. He's one of the only ones there. He's the janitorial staff cleaning up overnight, and the noise goes away. He brushes it off. He starts mopping again, and then he hears the noise again, and he's pretty confident that the noise came from the men's room. So he yells like out of the women's room door, and he says, "Is there anyone in the men's room?" And he does not get any response. He goes into the men's room and he notices that the garbage can is in the middle of the room, and he's not sure what to make of that. He thinks, okay, I might have just forgotten to move it back when I was cleaning and mopping up. So he takes the garbage can, he pushes it back over to the wall where it's supposed to be. He goes back into the women's room to keep cleaning. He's cleaning. Here's a noise again, and he's a little bit confused. He goes back in there, and now the garbage can is on the complete opposite side of the room. And this man is like, all right, this is kind of freaking me out now. So he moves the garbage can back one more time. He finishes up in the women's room. He goes to clean up like the lounge that they all stay in, and then it happens again. And he's like, all right, like, I just want to get out of here. If there's something down here with me, I want no part of it.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. He opens the door and he sees a giant Mickey staring at him.
That would be terrifying.
That would be. That's not what he
I'm
saw,
just
however.
imagining that
Yeah.
right now, and that's so scary.
I'm imagining like very rat-like too.
Yeah.
And like, but he still has the high-pitched voice, like, ah, and it's like, what is this?
Anyway.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have nightmares.
So he peeks into the men's room again, and the garbage can is moved again, and he says, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this anymore. He does not even finish mopping. He just takes the equipment that was in like the lounge that he was cleaning up in, and he's trying to get out of there. And he leaves the garbage can moved. He does not push it back over to the wall. Before he's able to just escape and get out of there, he hears a voice in his ear, and the hairs on the back of his neck start to stand up. And he hears something say, "Get out." And the man was like, "Yep, I'm out." And he books it, and then he vowed to never like work alone down there ever again. And that is the end of story number 2.
Compared to story 1, that's way more horrifying.
Yeah, that was more horrifying. Well,
I don't know.
the ending was
He
horrifying.
didn't see anything though.
Yeah, but it's still like, I see, yeah, I would get out of there.
You do a very creepy whisper. Like, I don't know, when Anthony like does that like ghostly whisper, it gets to me.
Thank you.
But
touch me in my heart. I believe that story. Well, first of all, he was in the women's room, right?
He was in the women's room.
Why is he in the women's room? He's a man. First
Seth,
issue.
he's the janitor.
Second of all, he didn't get fired.
He didn't get fired.
Okay, well, he should have gotten fired. He didn't finish his job.
Yeah, but nobody knew he didn't finish.
Oh, so he's a
I mean,
slacker.
like,
Disney doesn't hire slackers.
he kind of mostly finished. But wait, at the end
He
of
did mostly finish, yes.
at the end of the story, you said like he vowed to never go down there alone. Down
he
where?
no longer. Oh no, just like towards the area that the bathroom, the lounge, the 2 bathrooms in the lounge were like all right next to each
Also,
other.
like what lounge?
Yeah, what does the lounge look like?
It's like a faculteria lounge.
When
what?
I've
Faculteria. Faculty lounge.
I've never seen a faculty lounge at Disney. Like,
Yeah.
It's not one of the public ones.
I gotta be honest, I have like no idea which one's the lie right now. Like,
First one, I have a very strong feeling first one.
Why?
I don't know why.
I'm confident. First one, I don't know why though.
This team is we're quite a team here.
I'm trusting my gut. I don't know. It just felt like, I need to see the third one.
So anyway, we have a break coming up, but before we get into the break, we're going to play a quick game
Oh no.
of. It's fun. It's a fun one.
Oh no.
It's true or false. I looked up a bunch of rumors that some of these turned out to be true. Some of these are completely false. All of these are said and some people believe about Disneyland. I'm going to read them off. You guys have to tell me if you think that these are real or not.
False.
Land or world?
Oh.
Disney World.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. True or false?
False.
Number.
Wait, is this like rapid fire? Like.
No, you guys can discuss.
Okay. All right.
All right. So the first one is that Disney used real human bones to construct the skeletons on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. True or false?
I feel like I've heard this one before.
I feel like I've heard this one too.
Yeah, but I've also heard that same thing for the Poltergeist movie.
You think it's true? I think it's true. I don't know.
Would you use human bones?
No.
I think I would.
Well, I guess if you're really trying to make the set look real and
Yeah.
they're really committed to it being real, would Disney do that? Is that like a Disney thing to do? But I guess they do keep the frozen head of their leader.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
so-
a fact.
Yeah, so I guess it wouldn't be that far-fetched for them to use the decaying bones of their leader.
Was the fact that they still use them, because they definitely don't, but on the original. Like, that's what I would think, right? Like, when they originally constructed that thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say false.
False? All right, I'll go with you. False.
They did use real big bones.
Dang it, Seth!
So here's
I
the,
thought that was from, the Poltergeist movie, thing.
here's what happened. They started constructing them out of fake bones, and they said these don't look real. These look bad. This
Yeah.
looks fake. And then they swapped it out for real bones, and then too many people complained, so they swapped it back. The ones there now are fake bones, but
Okay.
they were for a period of time real skeleton bones in the ride. Statement number 2: the chandelier clock at the Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland is set to the time that Walt Disney died. True or false?
I feel like that's false. That's a little morbid.
It just seems like why? Why would that be a thing?
Well,
That's-
Cinderella's into that.
Do people really remember the exact time of death? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say false.
Yep.
You're correct. This is false. A lot of people swear it's true. It is not. There's no truth to that.
I swear it's true.
Statement number 3. Now, take this one with a grain of salt. A ghost dressed in a 19th century gown has been spotted on Main Street in Disney. She guides lost children to the Disneyland Baby Care Center. She's a helpful person who, when children get lost, sometimes guides the kids back to their parents. Is this true or false?
I feel like it's false. They're very overstaffed at Disney.
Yeah, I also feel like that's false. How would no one? He was about to say something.
Yeah.
I thought you made your final decision. I guess not.
You were about to.
yeah,
All right.
spoiler.
All right, we kind of saw his little reaction. He went to that's usually his you guys are wrong
Yeah.
reaction. So
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So we're going true.
yeah, we're going true.
It's true.
Yes.
Now, like I said, take that one with a grain of salt because it's a ghost story, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really know for sure, but people swear that there's like a really pleasant woman who died in that area before Disney was built, and she helps kids find their parents. And I think that like, remember when Toph said wholesome ghost stories?
Yeah,
that's this.
That's a wholesome ghost story.
True or false? The American flags on Main Street, USA are not real flags.
What do you mean by not real flags?
They're missing stars, missing stripes. They're fake flags.
I actually feel I want to say that's true.
That's so not
Like-
Disney spirit. They go all out. How hard is it to get a real flag? Wait a minute. I got you on a technicality. Technically, it is a real flag. So, like, it doesn't matter about that.
I guess it's a flag.
So it's a flag. So that's
But there are
false no matter what.
There are specific American flags that
All right, well,
like,
you should have said that.
Okay, all right.
I win no matter what.
All
We
right.
win no matter what. We got him there. Technicality.
I want to say that they're not real.
That's true. They're not real.
Yep.
And let me tell you why. It's not like a non-patriotic act or something.
Is it like proportions?
No.
anti-American.
People thought they were. The real reason they did this was because
They don't see Wyoming as a state. I knew it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, you got it, Seth.
Yeah.
No, they legally are not allowed to keep up an American flag for 24 hours. American flags have to come down at some point, and they didn't want to keep resetting the flags every day,
Wait.
so they use fake flags to
That's
break
a
that
thing?
rule.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I have a couple people to call the police on.
What about all the people that just have a flag up
I
at
know.
their house?
I wondered the same thing, but I guess Disney has way more eyes on them than your random neighbor.
We are killing it right now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you guys are doing really, really well. You only got one wrong. Final one. After Walt Disney passed away, he was cryogenically frozen, and his corpse is now
True.
stored beneath Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. True or false?
Why
Well,
do you
wait.
have to do
No,
this?
no. It's false because it's Space Mountain.
Yeah,
No.
it was under one of the mountains. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
no-
it isn't Pirates of Oh, so you know for a fact that is the Pirates of the Caribbean one. That's
No, I know that this statement for a fact. I've been doing research for the last 3 days on this. It's
Not
definitely
enough.
it's definitely not one of the mountains. It's Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right. Well, I mean, anyway, it is fake.
But I'm gonna say
But
true.
we all know it's true.
We all
Listen,
know it's true.
listen. Yes. I'm giving you guys it because I believe he's there.
He's there.
He's
He is
totally
there.
there.
I mean, let's be honest. All right, completely honest. Walt Disney is a nut job. Completely. He's insane. Like it's a cool park, yeah. But yeah, he's definitely buried there. If I was that nuts, I'd say the same thing.
I
Wait,
mean,
it's more than. Is it just his head? No, it's the whole body.
It's supposedly his whole body.
So
They want to. The theory is that he wanted to be brought back to life someday when they had the technology to reverse his cancer.
He had cancer?
He died from lung cancer,
Wow.
a tumor from cancer, I believe, in his lung.
He died.
People like his family, his daughter has debunked this and said, no, we have his ashes, he's cremated. They, swear that this is purely a rumor, but I think it's all a cover-up. I mean,
is.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's all a cover up. I don't think she's in on it. He didn't trust anyone.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. I mean, do I think they really did it? I don't know, man.
well, someone
I
would
wanna
have to
believe.
know.
Someone out
would
there
have to
has
know.
to. Yes, for sure. Someone out there has
But
to know
there
the
has
truth.
to be a chain of people knowing the truth because, like,
Someone's gonna die. Yeah, I'm torn on whether I believe it or not. Everyone keeps saying it's false, but I want to believe it is what I'll
Yeah.
say. With that being said, we're gonna take a quick break and then we will be right back. Are you suffering from depression, stress, anxiety, a lack of motivation even? Maybe you're dealing with past trauma or even just having trouble sleeping at night? Well, then I recommend looking into today's sponsor, BetterHelp. I know that when I'm down, I lose my self-esteem and my confidence and I don't want to do anything, and that's where BetterHelp is perfect. They'll actually assess your needs specifically and assign you your own licensed professional therapist. It's all online, it's safe, it's private, it's convenient, you don't even have to leave your home to get counseling anymore. That also eliminates the need for you to have to go out and actually find a therapist that's right for what you're looking for. And if for some reason you feel that you need to change counselors, it's free to do so. You can also sign up right now and start getting counseling in literally under 48 hours. You can send a message to your counselor at any time and you get weekly video or phone sessions. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think therapy is great personally. It can help so much whether you realize it or not. This service is available for clients worldwide and it's more affordable than traditional counseling. When I was signing up on their website, I realized it's super easy. You just answer some questions on how you're feeling and then you're in. There's actually been so many people signing signing up for BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. And I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 15% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/culture35. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/culture35. Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. And we are back. Okay, so are you guys ready to hear story number 3 as Seth mimics my mannerisms because I talk with my hands?
Yes.
All right, story number 3. So obviously there's a different employee for each ride, right? There's one person for every single attraction. The man who was working the Splash Mountain ride one night, the park was about to close. It's pretty late. There's a couple who comes up and he's like, oh, we're about to close up. You guys are gonna be the last ride. You guys get the ride all to yourselves. And they're like, oh, that's cool. So he lets the couple on. He sends them on the ride. The ride breaks down. Now, this is not anything new. This happens all the time.
It happened to me.
It did?
I never got to go on Splash Mountain.
Oh my God, that's so... Splash Mountain is notorious for this. Anyway, the ride breaks down and the guy's used to this by now. He gets on the walkie. He does his scripted spiel that he's supposed to do, oh, please stay in your vehicle, we will reset the ride or someone will come and escort you out, whatever it is. And so he goes over to it and he resets the ride. The people, come out and they kind of look a little bit concerned. They look a little bit worried. And he goes, oh, how was the ride? And they're like, it was kind of weird. After the ride broke down, the ride was very, very eerie. The music was malfunctioning a little bit. It was kind of, so to speak, watching them, but they just felt very uneasy the whole rest of the ride. And the guy was like, I'm so sorry that you had this bad experience. Listen, if you want, I can call a manager over and we could see if, maybe he'll give you, some store credit or give you a free pass for the next day or whatever. And they were like, oh, sure, that sounds great. So he calls the manager, and while they're waiting for the manager, so I don't know if you guys know the way that the photo pass works at Disney, but you just wear a wristband.
Yeah.
And you wear this wristband, it takes your photo, and all of your photos automatically get uploaded to an app. So while the couple's waiting around, they're like, oh, maybe we got a nice photo of just the two of us on the ride at least. And they pull open the photo, and there's this weird figure in the cart with them. And they show the employee, they're like, what the heck? What is this thing? And the guy's just like, I don't know, man. And he said that this is the only time that this has ever happened. He has had no paranormal experiences himself there. The ride breaks down all the time, so he didn't think anything of it, but they had a little weird experience that showed up in this photo. And that is the end of story number 3.
I have several problems with that story.
Okay, discuss.
First of all, I feel like that happens a lot more often.
Yeah, so I'm pretty confident this is the fake story.
Yeah.
And my reasoning is because I've been on Splash Mountain numerous times.
I think you know what you're going to say, and I feel the same way.
The photo part is on the drop.
Yeah. So?
They broke down mid-drop.
No. They broke down before the drop, then the guy reset the ride, and then they finished the ride.
Well, here's the other problem. I've been on Splash Mountain when it broke down, and you were saying their whole experience that it felt eerie or whatever. That doesn't happen. I was already we used our fast pass for it, so I was like, I'm gonna talk and see if we could get something. But as they directed us out, as you said, it happens all the time. So they had stuff already giving you, like they had I think it was a fast pass for any ride at any time.
Yeah, they do give those out. Yeah,
and they were just handing them out. It was just there was no talking, there was no anything. It was just, okay, everyone, as you go out, here's the pass. So I don't think that's...
Well, also the with the last story 3, the workers' reaction was just so bizarre. They got the photo and they were just like, oh my God, what is that? And the guy's just like, yeah, I'm really sorry about this.
We could give you tickets for the next day. They jump all the way to that.
No.
First of all, no. We could give you tickets for the next day. The park is closing. The day is done. This didn't ruin their day.
Yeah,
I've
but
had a bad experience. They just give me a fast pass. I don't get free tickets to
but
Disney
also-
the next day.
yeah, that actually free tickets to Disney like the next day is nuts.
Especially when the park's closing.
And it was-
the day's done.
Also, all because their photo was a little ruined.
No,
like,
the photo had nothing to do with that. The photo had nothing.
Oh, because the ride broke
you
down?
Have it, yeah, you have
Because
it out
they
of order.
felt a
That's what I
little
was trying to say.
uncomfortable. So if I go
They were pretty visibly upset that the rest of their ride was like really, really unsettling for them.
yeah, but even the manager like a free ticket to Disney the next day.
Yeah, so he offered. He said, "Hey, my manager might be able to get you free tickets." So like that puts the manager in an awkward position.
Listen, I don't know. I don't have all the details. I wasn't there.
Anthony's getting a little nervous right now.
yeah,
I see him
he is
starting to
getting a little
sweat.
nervous.
I don't care whether these people got free tickets or not.
I do.
I don't care whether you think it's the fake story or not. I'm gonna need a final decision after I recap the 3 stories.
Before you do that, though, I do just want to say of this overall, like, Disney-related ghost story podcast, like, it just made me start thinking about, like, what it would be like to be in Disney at night when no one's there, and that is terrifying.
Yeah.
I actually talked to my professor about that. He said that he got to stay an hour before, and like the park was like empty and the lights were closing down. It was the most horrifying experience he's ever.
Yeah,
had. He was like,
I mean,
so
that's
freaky.
supposed to add to the first one, though.
Just
Yeah.
thinking about that makes me, like, feel like I'm there. Like, Disney is haunted.
Yeah.
All right, story number 1. A guy is brand new. It's his first month on the job. He doesn't have any friends yet, and he has to stay later than everybody, so he's the only one left there. On his way out, he sees a little girl in front of him. She unnaturally, like, teleports kind of right in front of him. She disappears.
All right. Story number 1. Here's the actual recap. Man overreacts
Gosh.
to not even a horrifying experience for internet credit. All right. Number 2.
Story number 2. Janitor's cleaning up. Hears some noises coming from the men's room. The garbage can is moving by itself, and then he hears a voice whisper into his ear saying, and I'm gonna do it for Ryan because he said that my whisper voice was cool, I guess.
Not cool, creepy.
All right, that it's creepy. Get out.
It kind of made me think of the Cult of 35 haunted garbage can. You know,
Oh
when-
my gosh,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's what I was thinking of the entire. That's why I was like laughing when you were telling that story.
No, is now story 2 fake?
Story number 3. Couple gets on a ride. Ride breaks down. After it boots back up, they kind of feel weird, and they find a weird figure with them in their PhotoPass picture.
Story number 3. Couple lies to get free tickets at Disney.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give you guys some time to make your final decision. Go.
Okay. So we have the weird detail of the church dress in story number 1.
Yeah. Story number 3, a lot of things don't add up, and Anthony seemed like very defensive about it, but not in like a actually not in like a lying way. I felt like he's like, I don't know what to do. These people told this story, and I'm just telling you what they said.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
My gut is telling me story number 1, but my gut has been wrong this episode, so my gut is faulty.
I don't know. I'm kind of all over
My
the
gut
place.
is faulty.
I think I can say that like we can eliminate 3, even though we were like so on the attack during story number 3.
Yeah, I'm just more mad at the
But,
couple
like,
for saying that.
You were right that like Anthony was defensive, but not in like a I'm lying sort of defensive. It was like I don't know what you guys want from me kind of
I can't
defensive.
contact this couple.
I didn't make the story, but can you give me a solid reason for one other than just like my gut?
I can sleep at night knowing like, okay, my gut was right if I'm right or wrong. So I could go with 2. You want to go with 2?
Yeah, but now there's all this pressure on me, and like if I'm wrong, I'm gonna hate myself.
No.
So I'd rather like put it on you, and then at least like if you're wrong, I can.
We're just trying to put the blame on each other.
That's so funny.
We're Anthony, you're destroying friendships. Right?
I'd rather walk off this set knowing that Seth blew it.
Guys, it is not that serious.
It is.
It
though.
is very
It's
serious.
so serious. Such a
Anthony's
weird.
playing mind games.
Like, why was she wearing a church outfit? Yeah, that's just like.
Ooh.
You want to just play
This
rock
is a
paper
part of the
scissors
mind
for
game.
it?
What?
You want to play rock?
Are you?
The problem is like
You know
I'm
what?
pretty good at rock paper
You're
scissors.
gonna leave this
I
up
would-
to rock paper scissors.
I would be perfectly fine with leaving this up to rock paper scissors because I feel like that's just funny.
Seth and I are about to play rock paper scissors to decide which story we choose because we honestly just have absolutely no idea.
Anthony's been playing mind games for an hour. He's mentally torturing us.
We also
We're-
like Anthony has starved us. Like
Yeah.
we've been on this set for like the last 5 hours. We haven't eaten anything.
That is so
literally
false.
I can't think. All right. Audio listeners, me and Seth are playing rock, paper, scissors right now.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, and shoot.
So Seth won. Rock, paper, scissors. So Seth gets to pick which story.
Yeah, it's on
I
you.
thought we were doing 1 or 2. Like that's
That's
how
what
we
I
were
thought, but you
Oh.
know what? I like his way better. You make the decision.
Oh no, Anthony! Why are you doing this to everyone? We had it settled. We were so.
Wait, then why don't you
So,
just...
for
all right,
audio
whatever.
listeners, Seth chose rock, I chose scissors, and now
Yeah.
Seth has to
Now-
make the entire decision.
Anthony's
for us.
forcing me to say, okay, now you make the decision, not like we're playing for the story.
You want to play again? Do it the other way?
No, it's
I'm
just
sorry,
gonna
I
get
feel like,
worse.
No, I feel like I'm ruining things now. And I'm just sitting here watching.
1, fine.
Ryan, would you like to do the honors?
We are locking in story number 1.
You guys totally should have went with your original guts. It's story 3. You guys were picking apart 3, and it's because, okay, so story number 3, Matt and I co-wrote. I co-wrote this with our good friend Matthew Casa from the channel, and I guess him and I clearly don't know how Disney work, and then you guys just ditched 3. You literally said
Yeah.
it. Ryan goes, I think we can rule out 3, and I'm like, wait, why? You guys picked it apart.
I was just too angry about it.
You picked it apart. I kind of tried to defend it. You guys kind of saw through it a little bit, but then for some reason you changed your mind.
Yeah.
Because you're too trusting. You're playing mind games.
I just think it's because I need food, honestly.
I hope that everyone watching and listening enjoyed. If you were listening anywhere where podcasts are listenable, then please give this podcast a rate and review. It really, really helps us out. If you're watching the video version over on our YouTube channel, then make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment letting us know what you thought, and to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when new episodes are posted. Also subscribe on the podcast devices as well. I forgot to say that. If you guys have stories of your own, whether they are fake stories that you want me to use for the lie, or if you've had real experiences with ghosts or aliens or even just like crazy things that have happened to your life in general that just sound completely unbelievable, I will be doing episodes on things like that in the future. Please send them all my way. You can send them to me on Instagram at Cult235 or at truemythsonlie@gmail.com, whichever you prefer. That's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you played along. We will see you guys again on Friday with a brand new comedy skit on our YouTube channel and on Tuesday with a brand new episode of our podcast. Bye, guys.